What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I want to apologize for last week's video, or one of last week's videos. We went to upload it and something very bad happened, and it only uploaded a portion of the actual video. So I'm going to try to redo that video at a later date. It's been too cold to get back out there on the water. So today we are out here in the mountains. I'm in a cedar thicket here. And I've got this idea. Never done this before, but we're gonna give it a try. So we're gonna go in here and find a couple of cedars and cut them down, and I'm gonna make a fish smoker. And then we're gonna go trout fishing and see if we can't catch a couple of trout to cook on this thing. So stay tuned. Okay, here's one thing that I do know, I think. So we're looking for one of these. I want 3 cedars to make like a little tripod. And you want them all roughly the same. They don't have to be the same, but I would think the closer you get them to the same size, the easier it's going to be to put together. All right, y'all. So this is a perfect tree right here. I think there's a couple of them in here that we're going to go ahead and cut down. It's hard to find trees that are kind of roughly the same size. These cedars are so scrawny. All right, there's one down. Y'all can see it's not a very big one. Should be perfect for what we're trying to accomplish here. Oh yeah. All right, 2 down, 1 to go. All right. So that was a little bit of a workout, but we've got our 3 cedars here. Now I'm gonna take my machete and I'm gonna clean off all of the branches on here so we have a nice little tree with no branches on it. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna start building this thing. I've also got to find a place to put it, which is not gonna be right here in this thicket. So let's get to work. Hopefully I don't cut myself. If anyone knows me, they know that I cut myself if I got a sharp object. Bruce, watch out. Feel that. One thing that I do know, just from the research that I've done, is when you're smoking something, you want to use green wood. Obviously, you don't want to use dead wood because it'll just catch fire quicker, and green wood tends to smoke a lot better than your dried wood. All right, 1 down, 2 to go. So I got my three cedars. Actually, I think this one's some sort of a different tree, but I'm gonna make like a little tripod, like so, and then build 2 racks in here. And then I gotta figure out what to put over this thing to hold that smoke in. So y'all stay tuned. We're gonna go find a place to build this thing so it'll last a while. So nothing's really flat over here at all, and this is the first flat area I've found that's gonna be good for what we're looking for. So let's get to building this thing. How sturdy this bad boy is gonna be. One good gust of wind and she gone. Bushcraft 101, boys. That's not bad. That's terrible. Exactly what I told y'all I wouldn't do. I don't want it too wide. So I've got to go get some more logs or whatever to build the little platform here. So let me get a little better angle. So I'm gonna get sticks to go all across here. That'll stabilize this a little bit. And then I'm gonna build almost like a little shelf in there to put the trout on. I don't really know what height to put them at. I'm probably gonna put them a little bit higher just because of the I don't want them to catch fire. You know, I don't want them to cook. I want them to smoke. So we'll let's go get some more sticks to build this out and go from there. All right, made it back with my shelf making material here. I showed y'all a little bit of this, but the handsaw That's not from the handsaw. My hands my hand slipped off and got me good. If I hit myself with this thing, we're gonna have a serious problem. Tell you that. Yeah. Got one done. That's not very smart. Don't do that. Here's basically the gist of what I'm trying to accomplish. So let's give you all a reference. Like, say I want the rack to start right here. I'm just gonna measure and then wire up right here and right here all the way around, and that'll create a square, and then I can put the sticks on there to make my little rack. So let's get to it. So here's kind of the deal. You can see these little bars right here that I'm making are the base for my little grill top or smoke top, whatever you want to call it, to put the trout on. And this is all green wood too. So no dead wood, just culling out some of these cedars. I'll give you all a little shot of it when I get the rest of this platform built, and then we'll start with the little skinnier pieces on the inside of it. I didn't realize how time consuming this was gonna be. Got a couple more hours of daylight. I've been out here for a solid 3 hours. We've got a lot of work left to do. All right, y'all. We've been on a little bit of a roll here. I think we've got 2 more little pieces right here, and our rack that our fish is gonna be smoking on is done. So I'm getting excited. I can feel like I've accomplished something so far. So let's put these last 2 pieces on there and then figure out this pine bough thing. All right, y'all, I'm not gonna lie. I cheated a little bit. I ran out of wire, so I went and got a little bit of string here to tie up these pine bundles here. So I've got one done with that last piece of wire. So the goal is to, just based off the research I've done, is you don't want this to burn, obviously, and you want this to cover up these holes here. So I need, I guess, 3 of these bundles to cover up and trap the smoke up in there. What if I get a squeeze? Yeah, that actually helped. I'm thinking of something like using this twine to like hang them on here instead of tying them to it. Just let them dangle like that. All right, so I've got 1 bundle. Let's get 2 more and try to put this thing together. That's gonna work. All right, cool. 1 up, 2 to go. So I'm using the tension from the weight of this to keep this up there. I didn't screw this in or do nothing. It's just wedged in between there. Space those out. You want them to cover up this whole area down here. I might need to lower this one just a touch. There we go. That's better. You don't want any gaps there. Sweet. It's a bush. This one's proven to be a little bit more tricky. All right. Give you all a better look at this guy. So that's the finished product there. It looks kind of like an elevated bush, I guess. For the part 2 of this, I didn't have time to finish this yesterday. So the top of this is covered. Now the bottom of it needs to be covered on the sides to keep that smoke in there. I'm gonna leave the front side open here so I can stoke the fire. And my game plan was to do something a little bit cooler, in my opinion. I was gonna get bark off of dead trees and line them up here, but kind of ran into an issue there. The bark, everything's frozen here. Can't get the bark off the trees. It's a nightmare. So I've got leftover cedar branches from yesterday. I think what I'm gonna do is just kind of lean them all the way around here except for the front. And then I'm gonna go into any of the pieces like this one that are hanging inside of where the fire's gonna be. I'm gonna clip them off, and then maybe I've got a couple little pieces of scrap copper that I'm gonna tie them together. So it's gonna look like just a Christmas tree sitting out here, but hopefully it'll work. So y'all bear with me and let's get this thing put together. I had another idea to try to fill the gaps up with this moss, but as you can see, it's frozen, so it just kind of crumbles. Doesn't work. I can see why a lot of people use tarps and pieces of canvas and stuff just to wrap it around it. That'd be way easier, but we're working with what we have here. I guess this is why they call it bushcraft. Building a bush in the middle of the woods. All right, y'all, as you can see, we got 2 out of the 3 sides done that I'm gonna cover up. We've got a little bit of patchwork to do, but we are getting it done slowly but surely here. It's my little gnome cave right here. You better back off. All right, you guys. So you can see there's still a few gaps in there that I need to take care of, but I've run out of all the cedar branches that I used yesterday. I've got the whole outside of it pretty much done. This one's, need to tighten that guy up, but I'll give you a little walk around here. It basically looks like a Christmas tree in the woods. I've just got to do a lot of patchwork on it. I want to show you all the where you put the fish. So this is the deal we did yesterday up here, and you just take your fish and you put it on this tray in here. If y'all can get a good look at that, but the tray goes all the way across. Be good for a couple of fish. So, and then after you're done putting your fish in there, you just take this, cover it all up nice and neat, and it should continue smoking. So here's the fire pit area. Like I said, nothing special. I'm gonna get a couple of rocks and call this thing a wrap. All right, you guys, that is a wrap on the smoker. It is done. I'll give you all a better look at it there. It's still got some gaps and stuff in there I need to fix, but your trout goes up here in this little tray. I gave y'all a little close up of that. I need to bind it up a little bit more before I cook on it and go get some rocks to put in here, clear this all out and make sure there's nothing that's gonna catch fire. And I appreciate y'all watching the video here. Now we get to go do the fun stuff. We get to go fish. So y'all stay tuned for the next one, and hopefully this thing doesn't burn to the ground.